Hello and welcome to 18 WJTS in.form. I'm your host, Bill Potter. Joining me in the studio is Carrie Smith and Mike Hile, and we're going to be talking about Freedom Reins. Welcome to the show to both of you.
Thanks, Bill.
I think we're going to start off probably with you, Mike, and a little bit of history of what is Freedom Reins.
Freedom Reins is a therapeutic riding program for individuals with mental, physical, or emotional disabilities. And it started in 2003 at Hayesville at Mr. Ron Tinn's farm. And he and some individuals saw the need to help these types of individuals with disabilities. And he had an outdoor arena that he was able to begin this program. And as time went on, because of inclement weather and being outdoors, when it would rain, they'd have to cancel class and things. So a group of individuals started looking for land and possibility of buying some land and putting up an indoor arena. Well, in the meantime, Mr. Bob Ruxer came forward and offered the old Ruxer farm, where there used to be hundreds of horses ran all over this countryside for a long time, the opportunity for us to rent that property, some barns, and we now, through his generosity, we're able to have an indoor arena, 2 outdoor arenas, and some trails that we can take the individuals on to get outside when the weather's nice. We are a 501c3 organization. We operate on donations, as well as there is some cost to the riders to belong to or to participate in the program. So that's kind of a basic background of where Freedom Reins originated, where we are now, and Carrie can tell us more about what therapeutic riding is.
Okay, and when we talk about therapeutic riding, we're talking about horses, or are we talking about ponies, or are we talking about both? Is it horses?
Both.
Both?
They're horses.
Okay.
They're horses, but
Okay.
we have some ponies because they're a little shorter and easier for our smaller riders.
Right.
So.
Okay, well, let's talk about the importance of using horses for therapy. What's the relationship there? Well,
horses have therapeutic properties. They're sentient beings that you can develop a relationship with. They're soft to touch. They're fun. They incorporate the whole person. Then you can ride them. You can lead them from the ground. You can learn how to groom them. So you can incorporate so many activities. So there's therapeutic benefits. The purpose of therapeutic riding is to teach them how to ride, and teach them horsemanship in a safe environment, because we work with people, adults and children with physical and intellectual disabilities. So it's a wide range of ages and disabilities that we see, and they're learning how to ride on that horse in a therapeutic environment.
And this isn't preparing them for competition or getting them to be able to ride freely all the time. This is just helping them to develop a relationship with this horse to help expand, to help them as a whole.
They develop self-confidence. They develop social skills. Being able to get on a horse and control them where they're going is an amazing feeling for somebody who might have a limitation on the ground. Just being at eye level. Some people are down here and have people looking down on them all the time. And just being up here and being in charge is really freeing for their soul. It's a wonderful thing. So they're learning how to ride, and they're learning better balance. They're getting stronger, and we have a lot of riders who are independent at this point after years of practice, and so there's a wide range of skill there.
Freedom Reins is therapeutic riding for who? Who gets to participate?
Anyone who's interested in learning how to ride and has a disability. Okay. We have a woman who has multiple sclerosis, and it's helped stretch her muscles out and help get her trunk stronger so she can walk better. Mm-hmm. We have smaller children who have autism. We have people with Down syndrome, and there's just a variety of medical conditions that benefit.
How are they referred to Freedom Reins?
They may contact any board member, which is Ron Tinn, Jerome Hildebrand, Julie Weininger, Nancy Eckerly, Gary Saab, myself. Any of our instructors, which are Carrie, Grace Mailing, Jennifer Branch, Carissa Kelly. If contact is made to any of those people, we would be happy to get the information where it needs to be. We have an application to fill out, and once the application is filled out, we will do an interview and they need a doctor's physical that they are physically able to, we're not going to harm them in any way, and they are physically able to stay on the horse themselves. And that way, then after the interview and the physical, then we kind of place them in one of our 6 classes that we have. There is a fee of
$20 a lesson.
$20 a lesson, and we have 6 weeks at a time, so it's $120 per session. And if there are people who are challenged, and we try to help them in any way. We try not to discourage anyone from participating.
And a lot of the contact information is on our website.
Right.
And the website is?
Freedom Reins Center, FreedomReins Center.org. It's all one word. And there's information about, anything you want to find about Freedom Reins on there, the list of the instructors, the board members, some pictures of the horses and things like this.
How many horses are there?
We have 11 right now, I think, 10 or 11.
10 or 11, yes.
And they're kept at the farm. And
But we couldn't do this without volunteers.
Right.
This is not possible without the good people in this community coming forward and making a commitment. And we've had plenty of volunteers over the years, some that have been with us still at 7, 8, 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say it's very rewarding for them as well.
Very rewarding.
Well, let's talk about volunteers. You're needing volunteers.
Yes, we're needing
I'm sure you also are needing monetary contributions. If somebody would like to do that, you'll take that as well, I'm sure. But let's talk about the volunteers you need. You're having a training that's coming up this Saturday?
February 18th.
February the 18th. The volunteers, as Carrie said, we couldn't do it without them. They're the backbone of the program. They help the instructors make sure the students, the riders, can perform the activities the instructors ask them to do to the best of their ability. We have 2 types of volunteers, so to speak. We have a horse leader, and we need people who have some background and knowledge of horses that can help lead the horse, and that's their main responsibility. That we do ask them to help encourage the student who are able to groom the horse, saddle the horse, and lead it out into the arena. And then we do, before they're able to get on, we do some what is called ground skills, where students are learning to communicate with the horse on the ground. And then they get on, and then some people, we need sidewalkers. If you're not comfortable with horses and you want to volunteer, we need sidewalkers who help students stay on the horse, help their balance, just having a hand on their legs sometime, making them feel comfortable, because there are some who come, have no experience with horses whatsoever, and they're relatively nervous, and just having someone there to comfort them is comforting to them. But our training is February the 18th from 10 to noon. And if you're interested, you may go to our website, or you can contact Linda Clem, who is our volunteer coordinator. And her number is 812-631-1725. Or, as I said before, you can contact any of the board members or the instructors, and we would forward the information to Linda. And we're happy to have anyone. I might say that we have 6 classes. We go 2 classes on Tuesday evening, Wednesday evening, and Thursday evening. And if someone is interested in volunteering and they only have daytime availability, we would be happy to take them. And with 4 instructors now, possibility of instituting a daytime program rather than the evening is always there.
And Carrie, you are certified or licensed or whatever you would call it.
It's called PATH Certified, Therapeutic Riding Instructor. We go through a pretty intensive training. It takes 1 to 2 years to get to that point.
And the volunteers you're looking for, though, they don't need to be certified.
The sidewalkers don't need any experience whatsoever, and the horse leaders need a little bit of horse handling so they can tack up the horse and lead the horse comfortably.
But you can be trained in all of those things.
Yes, definitely.
Because if you don't know anything about a horse other than it has 4 legs, it might be kind of intimidating to do this. But yet you can learn. So as a volunteer, it's a learning experience and a rewarding experience.
Exactly. If you just want to be around horses, it's a great opportunity. If you want to just do something to help the community and help others, it's a great opportunity. If you just want to be a part of something where you can go and joke and laugh and just have a second family, give us a call.
And do you only do training once a year, or is this something that you do periodically throughout the year?
We just have the initial volunteer training in February, but if it's the middle of the year and someone wants to, we kind of train them on the job as they go.
So they can, if somebody decides, hey, I've got time now in June and I'd like to help, I can do that.
We can train them as we go, yes.
Anything that either of you would like to add?
We definitely, I've had people come in the middle of the year, and they will come for a couple of sessions, whether they want horse leaders or they're sidewalkers, and go with an individual who's been there for a while and learn what to do. And so we will take you at any time, I guess, so to speak. But initially we'd like to do it as a group, if at all possible, and we can do a little more intense, in-depth training at that point in time. But you were talking about the students, Bill. We've had students riders who've been there from the beginning, basically, and they look forward to coming back. And I ran into a young man and his mother this week, and I said, "Is Mark ready to ride?" And she said, "Oh yes, he can't wait. We were out last week looking at the horses." And so they get very connected to the program and to the individuals who are helping them. And as Carrie said, the volunteers are just a vital part of our program. And I don't think there's many volunteers who have been there who haven't seen the rewards that come from these students, individuals riding horses and learning. And you could tell stories all day about some of the great experiences that we've had. And I like the one, we have a young man who's blind, and he had to have surgery at one point in time, and the doctor told him he couldn't ride for 6 weeks, and he argued with his doctor. He said, "No, I have to ride," So it's a very rewarding program, and we, like you said, will take any kind of volunteers we can get. If you want to come out and help clean saddles or clean the barn or just hang around, we're happy to have anybody.
Do people need to register for this, the coming training session, or can they just show up?
They can just show up.
Okay.
They can just show up, but if you do have time to register and you want to call Linda Clem at 812-631-1725 and get your name on the list. And we kind of know how many people would expect, but we do not turn you away if you just walk up that day.
Okay, and it's February 18th from 10 to
12.
10 to 12, okay.
At Freedom Reins, and it's the old Ruxer Farm at 1077 North Meridian Road. And as Ty said earlier, if you are not familiar with it, it's across from Sultan's Run.
Right.
And just pull up, and we're happy to have you.
Okay, well, good luck with your continued success at Freedom Reins.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
We've had as our guest Carrie Smith. She is a therapeutic riding instructor with Freedom Reins and a board member and volunteer at Freedom Reins, Mike Hile. Thank you for watching WJTS in.form. We're local people watching local people.